Wheelchair Rick, I'm a T3, T4 paraplegic, and today we have a guest coming to you all the way from the great state of Florida. We'll get to him, but before we do that, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday. All right, without further ado, let's welcome our next guest, Mr. Alex Guerrero. What's up, sir?
Hey, what's up, Rick? What's up?
Now, we spoke before the, going live, and I asked you how to pronounce your last name, and you rolled the R's, and I told you the only way I can roll R's is if I gurgle the spit in the back of my throat. So it's Guerrero. I can't do it, but that's as close as I can get.
You want me to do it?
What's that?
You want me to pronounce it for you?
Sure, hit it up. Let's hear it.
It's Guerrero.
Guerrero. See, I almost could do it. Watching you do it gives me a little bit more confidence,
it's all
right?
tongue. Guerrero.
Yep, got to have more practice at that. Anyway, welcome to the show, sir. We've planned these things out. It feels like, weeks and weeks and weeks out, and we're finally here. You are actually one of my last inductees until the next whole run. So we only got, I think, one more to go, and then we're done until the next run. So thanks for coming in. I want to give you another round of applause because you are number 48.
Ooh, that's a good number.
Yeah, you're number 48 as far as Wheelchair Wednesdays goes. But you know how it works. We got a whole list of questions here we're going to ask you. Before we get into all the questions, the number one question is pretty much how it happened. So before we get into that, tell people who you are, how it happened, and then your level of injury.
My name is Alex, and you said how it happened?
I mean, unless you don't want to share it, it's up to you, man.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm a T7 complete, and how it happened, it was a motorcycle accident. But I don't really remember any details as far as how it happened or what happened or why it happened. I just know from what my buddies that were with me, I hit a guardrail and then I flew off my bike and I hit a tree. I guess the tree kind of saved me because if it wasn't for the tree, I would have kept going. I don't know where, but the tree kind of stopped me midair. So, yeah.
For sure. And how long ago was that?
This was July 2016.
Oh, okay. So you've been in it for about what? Yeah, 7 years. 7 years now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you didn't really feel anything. You don't know what happened, kind of, but when you woke up, what happened? What was that like when you woke up in the hospital?
The last thing I really remember was being on my bike, and I closed my eyes for a second to enjoy the breeze. And next thing I knew, I was in the hospital, and 3 weeks had gone by.
Dang.
Yeah, and I was looking around. I had the
trach?
that tube, that trach, so I couldn't talk. So I opened my eyes and I just looked around. I was thinking in my head, damn, what am I doing in the hospital? And it was morning time. So I looked down towards my bed and I realized that I couldn't move. I was just stuck. I could only move my head. Right. And I looked down and I saw my mom sleeping. So I woke her up and I asked her, I was mimicking to her, what happened? Why am I in the hospital? And then she started crying because I didn't remember or whatever. So they had to tell me what happened and everything.
Dang. So you've been in it for a little bit of time. 7 years. That's not no walk in the park. This question, the next question that I got for you, it's crazy the amount of different answers that we get. But it's, would you walk if you could? Which means if you go back to that day and not crash and go live your life the rest of the way you were living, would you do that, or would you keep the life that you have now?
Oh man, I've been thinking about what I was gonna say to this question, but I'm in between, because obviously I wish I could still walk, because there's a lot of things that I can't do that I wish I could still do, you know what I'm saying, that I miss. But
right.
Being in the chair, I've learned a lot about myself, spiritually, basically. And I mean, I've learned a lot since my accident about myself and about life itself. So I don't want to lose, like I wouldn't want to lose that knowledge that I think I only gained because I had so much time to myself and always sitting down and whatever and missing my old life and stuff. So those thoughts triggered, I guess, my awakening or whatever. But like I said, I mean, I do wish I could walk, obviously, but I mean, I guess I'm content with my situation and how things are now.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't go back. You'd stay where you're at.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I just like miss my old life, but I mean, it's not bad now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks, but it's not bad. I don't know if that makes sense.
A friend of mine always used to say it could always be worse.
Yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
take
it could
that to
be a
heart.
lot
Yeah.
worse. Yeah, I'm sure it could be a lot worse.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, it's a reasonable answer to that question. You know what I mean? I mean, it's of course, you know, we would all love to be able to get up and go to the refrigerator to pour ourselves a glass of orange juice every once in a
Man,
while.
in the middle of the night, yes.
Right. Just go
my
take you a
goodness.
nice little bathroom break. Go grab a nice cold jug of water,
Yeah.
stand in front of it in your boxers or whatever, and then go back to bed. You know, that's what we
man.
used to do.
Or hop on my bike in the middle of the night just because I need to ride.
See, there you go. Oh, and thank you to all our live viewers. I forgot to tell you. Well, obviously, you know this is a live show. If we do get any questions that pertain to something, you know, involving an STI that's worthy of asking, we'll definitely ask that here live on the show. What do you think about dating/married? What is your look on that?
I mean, I'm still with the same woman that I've been with since before my accident. Luckily,
That's
she
good.
hasn't left my ass.
Right. I say
But,
that about my
yeah.
girl all the time. I'm like, oh man, I can't
Yeah,
wait to
yeah. I
see
mean,
her.
because I've heard a lot of horror stories of people's wives or husbands leaving them. You know what I'm saying? Because it was too much or whatever. But I'm glad, like I'm grateful that well, not my wife, but my girl. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say wife, but we're not married. But I'm glad she's still around.
Right. Tomasa, which is one of our live viewers, she's actually a friend of mine. She's big in the biker community. She wants to know if you still ride.
No, I don't. It's not like a fear. I think it's kind of like a fear thing because I've been offered. Like I have friends that have offered to like help me get back on a bike, but I don't know. I don't want to risk it again. Like I just don't want to because it's a big risk. Like riding.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Like the thrill is amazing, but it's too much of a risk. And I've seen other people that are paraplegic and they still ride. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like I like to watch it. I'll watch it all day. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm good for now.
No, for sure. I mean, I myself, I've driven a couple motorcycles. There's some Honda 19 like 50 cc ones. Mopeds I used to love. I used to have my own moped. I decked it all out, drew all kinds of flames all down the side of it. But the motorcycles, I get you. My dad used to drive motorcycles. My cousin drove motorcycles. Fastest I was ever on a motorcycle was 140 miles an hour going down a highway. And every time you cross that center median, you hit that little gap and your ass end flop wabbles. Oh man, yeah, I'm good on that. I am straight on that.
Yeah, I think the fastest I ever went on my bike was like 160, and I was like, I remember thinking to myself like, oh my god, I'm fucking crazy.
Yep.
But I didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man.
And
I
it is,
miss
you
that
almost,
shit.
you almost, and I understand it. I understand the feeling of like the freedom
Yeah.
and like the power that you have and like how open it is. It's a whole nother feeling.
Yeah.
What is a lot of people laugh at this one, but what is one of your biggest pet peeves about being in a wheelchair?
I mean, I don't get too upset, but like when people try to push me, I have to like tell them like, no, I got it. Like I'll be rolling myself, and they still, oh, let me push you. Like, no, I got it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes I come off like I have an attitude when I say it, but I mean, I let them know that I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need your help on that part. You know what I'm saying? Like I might need you to like move my legs for me, but when I'm rolling, like let me roll. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
or
like
if there's
my
a big
biggest
ass
one.
like mall door that doesn't open because the button's broken or something, you know what I mean? Like help a guy out there or whatever.
Oh yeah. Shit, help me. I mean, I can open doors on my own and like work my way in with
Yeah,
one
you look
hand,
like
but
a pretty big guy. I mean,
yeah.
I would be kind of intimidated to come like push your chair. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man. Well, yeah, and I understand. Like a lot of people, I just talked to one of my other guests on here, and he says, you know, I don't, I try not to let anything bother me. You can't, you know what I mean? You got to look towards the positive side, and if you have stuff that'll, you know, bother you, then you're just letting it take time out of your day. So I
Yeah,
understand
I'm
that.
vocal. Yeah, I let people know something's bothering me.
For sure, for sure. Steve said he crashed in '93. He still rides T5 complete. That's awesome, Steve.
He's a T5. Wow.
Yep. Something that
That's
you wish
dope.
you could do that you can no longer do. What would it be?
Something that I can't do that I wish I could.
Something that you want to do, that you wish you could, but you can no longer do.
Ah, man. I mean, obviously there's a lot of things, but the thing that makes me emotional when I think about it is like being able to play with my kids, like the way that they want me to play with them.
Oh, yep, yep. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean. Yeah. Just for an example, man, and like my son just got into soccer, and when I came home, it was like watching him kick that ball around, and you're just sitting there like dying inside, like, ugh. You get anger, but then you got like sadness, and then it's like, well, hey, let's try something different. Let's do something else. Let's throw a football.
Yeah, I mean,
Or,
I've been able to, oh yeah, I do that with my kids. I do that. But like I've been able to teach my kids how to ride their bike and how to dribble a soccer ball with just with my words. And so like it took them a minute to get to understand what I was saying with my words because I couldn't physically show them. But I mean, they got the hang of it and they learned.
right. For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and you know what? Let me ask you this, because I'm just now starting to ask more people this. What type of wheelchair do you have, and do you have a name for it?
The brand is Quickie. People laugh when I say that because you know who doesn't love a quickie, but yeah, it's a Quickie.
I'll give
It's
you
a
one of
custom
those.
made Quickie. Yeah, I don't think they make them anymore. But I used to call her Old Blue because she's all blue. But I don't like. I just say, "Give me my chair." You know, say, "Pass me my chair." But mentally, her name is Old Blue.
Nice. It's funny you say that because I have a manual chair that's a Apex. It's a new composite or whatever, new mobility composite or new motions or something like that. I call that Old Blue because I hear my boy Blue.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
funny.
that was a good movie. Will Ferrell. I'm big on Will Ferrell.
What is your level of pain like? Do you have any pain?
Yeah, I usually, when the doctor asks, I usually say like 4, like between a 4 and a 5, because I have like the constant nerve pain that never goes away.
Right.
So, yeah, it's usually about a 4 or 5. But like I said, it's been 7 years. So mentally, I just ignore it. Like I know it's there, and sometimes it bothers me, but I just ignore it. I've learned to ignore it.
You have any hardware?
I do. I do. I'm fused from like T2 to T12.
Okay. See, that was something I was just wondering about too because I've hardware in my back, and I'm like, well, I wonder what it would be like. You know what I mean? Like, if could I get it removed? Do I want to get it removed? You know what I mean? Like,
I've
who
heard,
has got it removed? It's, you know what I mean?
yeah, I've talked to some people that have had it removed because I guess they didn't need it anymore, and they just said it gave them more flexibility. But when I asked my doctor, because like I said, I hit a freaking tree, so like back first, I hit a tree, so I shattered my back. But every time I ask if I could ever get it removed, they're like, "Oh no, 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 no."
Right.
But
That's what
yeah,
I'm thinking. Like mine's gonna say, and it's, you know, sometimes I realize, you probably know this too. Like some days are more pain than others, and I
yeah,
always
yeah.
look in my head. I think in my head, like, what did I do wrong? What am I doing wrong to cause myself this much pain? And the first thing I always think of is I'm not drinking enough water. I gotta drink more water. So then you get the thing and you're aggressively drinking, and then you're like, what else do I gotta do? I should probably work out. So then you start working out. Well, I mean, sometimes it works, and sometimes you pull a muscle and it hurts even worse for a week and a half. But
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah. I
never
hate
know.
those
It's
pull
like,
muscles.
yeah, for me, it's always like a gamble. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I mean, I just let it go, and like what can I say on here? Like bud, you know what I'm saying? Like when it helps take my mind off of it,
Oh yeah.
but it doesn't like take the pain away.
No, those people that say that helps their pain, I'm like, dude, I wish. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
would, I
It
would
just
buy
takes my
whatever that.
mind off of it.
Right. I mean, whatever that strain is, I would buy every single bag I could possibly get my hands
Oh
on of
man,
that.
for
So,
sure.
next question is, what helps you the most after your injury?
What helped me the most?
Yeah. Yep.
As far as what?
Like, when you woke up in the hospital bed and you're looking around, what was the thing that like got you by the most? What was like the one thing that kind of like kept you just hanging on? Like, you know what? All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
My kids. I mean, like just being like it took me a while. It took me a while to be happy that I didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
Like it took me a while. I was even mad. Like I yelled at the person that basically saved my life because I was mad that they saved my life. So it
Dang.
took me a while, but being glad that I'm here for my kids still, like for them to like ask me questions and stuff, and
Give me
like the
one
questions
second.
that
I'm
the
listening. Keep talking. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
okay, yeah. So like the questions that their mom couldn't answer for them, like I'm glad I'm here to answer those questions for them and like help them grow and learn about life and stuff. So basically, my kids.
For
Ooh.
sure. I'm coming. Here I go.
I
Ah, my bad.
need me one of those. Yeah.
Well, sorry, that was the first time on Wheelchair Wednesday that I had to retreat back to the soundboard. I have a big like stereo thing back there, and we just did a jam session on Saturday, and
Yeah.
my guitar player left this thing plugged in, so all I kept hearing was like. I'm like, oh gosh, I
No
hope that's not
worries,
coming
no
through.
worries.
All right, yeah, and I can relate to that. I mean, you know, it's when you have a family and stuff, and they stick by your side, and you're with it, like you said, your woman was with you the whole time. That can really have an outcome on your mental capacity of how you're dealing with the whole thing. Next one we have for you is hobbies. What was your hobbies before, and what are they after?
Ah man, you know, I've honestly never really had a hobby. Like, I mean, I like working out. That used to always be like a big thing for me was working out. But hobbies, I mean, well, I guess I'm a gamer. I guess I can claim gamer. I've
Hey,
always been
there
a
you go.
gamer.
I'm a gamer
Yeah, I
too.
guess
Heck yeah.
that's like my biggest hobby, I guess, is gaming. And I mean, I still do it a lot. I used to do it a lot more before. I used to like stay up like the whole night playing like Call of Duty or Destiny. But now, I mean, now I just play for like a few hours and then watch TV. But I guess gaming is still my thing.
Nice. What type of console you got?
I'm an Xbox guy.
You got the new one, old one?
Yeah. I have a newer one. I try to stay up to date.
Nice. Yeah, that's why I asked. That's what I got. I'm running the Series X.
Yeah. I mean, I left PlayStation. Like, I still have my PS2 boxed up somewhere, but once Xbox came out, I never looked back.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I started out PlayStation, loved every minute of it until I got my hands on an Xbox controller, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
these things fit you perfectly. What have I been doing my whole life? All right. Well, we are flying right along here. I got two more questions for you. Number 9 is travel. Yes or no? What do you think about that? How do you like it?
Well, I haven't yet. Like, I haven't. I miss travel. I miss getting on airplanes, but I hear too many stories of people's wheelchairs getting messed up.
Especially
And
not today. Doors are flying off. Are you kidding me?
I know that too now. I saw that.
Jeez.
But like I mean, I would be. I don't know how. I don't know how my temper would hold up if I got somewhere and my wheelchair was messed up and I couldn't use it. Like I would lose my shit. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, but as far as being in, like, I wouldn't mind driving. Like if it's like a 10-hour drive, like I wouldn't mind that.
No, I
Yeah, I
enjoy
like
driving.
driving.
I think that's
Yeah.
the way to travel. If you're gonna go anywhere in the United States, you should probably drive it.
Yeah. I mean, driving. I mean, there's still a lot of accidents, but I think driving
Thank you,
is
Ben.
safer.
Right. All right. Well, that brings us to the last but not least of the questions. What would you do? Okay, so this is like, picture there's a newly injured person. Okay, could be a kid, could be an adult, could be anybody. In this bed, they just got hurt. What would your best piece of advice be to this newly injured person?
I mean, the thing that I tell myself when I feel like I want to give up is just keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like it might start off hard, but anything does. Like, if you try to learn a sport, it's gonna be hard at first until you learn how to do it, and then you get the hang of it. So it's the same with this. Like, once you wake up and you see that you can't move, it's gonna suck completely, but just keep going. Because the more you progress and the more experience, you're gonna get better at it. So I mean, yeah, just keep going. That's my thing. Keep going.
I like it. I like it. Round of applause for you, sir. I want to say thank you for coming on here.
Thank you.
And you know what? I'm just realizing I don't think that my audio input was the right input through this whole time, but it doesn't matter because it still worked. People heard me. I heard you. It's all good.
Oh wow. Okay,
I just don't think that my buttons work. That's the only thing. But who cares? It's like I said, this wouldn't be a Wheelchair Wednesday if something didn't go wrong. You know what I mean? Like, at least it was just that part.
Yeah.
But you know what? I appreciate it. And stick with me real quick. At the end of this, me and you will talk a little bit more. To anybody else, if you can hear me out there in crazy world land, if you would like to be one of the contestants, like it's The Price is Right, come on down. No, if you want to be on the Wheelchair Wednesday shows or episodes, just send me a private message, PM me, find me on Facebook, comment on YouTube, whatever. I'm not hard to find. Until then, thank you, Shelly, Kim, Steve, Ben, Robinson, everybody out there, Melissa, for watching. And until next time, this has been Wheelchair Wednesday. See ya.